Alright people, welcome to Catalysis by Vedantu. My name is Pahul and you are watching the third class of the chapter of the gaseous state. Yes, so we've already done two classes. We've learnt all about the ideal gas laws. We've learnt all about Dalton's law of partial pressures. We've done questions on those things as well. And in the previous class, at the end, I told you that we have to do diffusion. And I explained to you what diffusion is. Diffusion is when gases get intermixed with each other. One example is when you spray perfume or an air freshener or a deodorant in your room. Yeah, the entire room has air in it. The deodorant vapors also now start spreading across the room, and that's why the room starts smelling good after you spray the perfume. Yeah. So my dear friends, this process of intermixing of these gases is called diffusion. One way to think about it is that you have a box like this, yeah, which has two different compartments. One of it is filled with gas A, the other is filled with gas B. Yeah, I've made this diagram for you in the previous class as well, but just revising again. So if I open up this container, then both of the gases will start mixing up with each other. A will go here, B will go here. And this happens because these gases have something called Brownian motion. Yeah, the particles are going in a random zigzag fashion. So they just end up occupying the entire space available to them. Yes. So my dear friends, this is the case of diffusion. A case of effusion, I gave you that example where you are in an airplane and suddenly the door opens up and everything just flies out of the airplane. So what happens in effusion is that you have the same kind of a container, but on one side you have the gas at a certain pressure. On the other side you have vacuum. Yeah. Now if you allow the gas A to leak into vacuum ever so slightly, yeah, it'll go out with a very high pressure. Yeah, it'll go out with a very high pressure. So this particular case is a special case of diffusion known as effusion. So the same ideas of mathematics that apply to diffusion, almost those will get applied over here in terms of practical question solving. Diffusion, effusion, same thing. Cool. So this was the idea of diffusion. Now, my dear friends, today we will get into the mathematics of that. All right. So I hope you are ready. Let's get into it. So we need to understand what is the rate of diffusion. And for that, let us imagine a system that we've all seen, something that we've all played with, a balloon. Yeah, I am pretty sure every one of us has seen and dealt with a balloon. So my dear friends, what I say is that assume, okay, let me take a black pen. Assume that you open up this balloon. ठीक है, यहाँ से balloon को आपने खोल दिया. You opened up the balloon. So air will now start leaking out of the balloon. What is this? This is just diffusion, isn't it? Now, my dear friends, my analysis over here is how to figure out the rate of diffusion. Do you understand what is rate? Rate is when something is changing, you determine how fast or how slow it is changing. Yeah. Rate of change of direction is called velocity. Rate of change of distance is called speed. Yeah. Rate is essentially speed. So how do we calculate the speed of diffusion? See, there are multiple ways in which you can think about the speed of diffusion. All of those ways can be thought of starting from the balloon. अलग अलग तरीके हैं इसको सोचने के, हम सभी डिस्कस करेंगे. सबको सोचने के लिए एक balloon काफी है. Fine. So my dear friends, one thing is, let us say I can measure the gas that is coming out. Okay, I can measure the amount of gas that is coming out, and I realize that the gas that is coming out is 3 moles of gas per second. Okay, I somehow measure it, I somehow focus on it. I have supervision now and I can see how much gas is coming out of the balloon. Yeah, right. So if you can measure the amount of gas that comes out of the balloon per second, you have the speed of diffusion. Yeah, diffusion is this process. How do you measure the speed? Number of moles per unit time. 3 moles are escaping every second, so 3 moles per second is the rate of diffusion. So rate of diffusion can be defined as number of moles escaped per unit time. Make sure you're noting all of these things down. Okay, so rate of diffusion can be defined as moles per second. But since you and I don't have this supervision where we can see how many moles are escaping from the balloon all the time, it's better that we simply see the change in the size of the balloon. कर सकता हूँ ना, isn't it? Let's say the balloon was this big, now it is this big. So from this to this, it changes in 3 seconds. That is also speed, yeah. So I can say that my balloon changed from 1 liter to 700 milliliter in 3 seconds. That is also speed. So what did I just do? I took the change in volume with respect to time. That my balloon changes, let's say, 100 milliliters per second. Volume of the balloon is reducing 100 milliliters per second. I can say that, isn't it? That's also fine because we can easily see. So depending on the system, we can also choose the rate of diffusion to be the change in volume per unit time. We can define it in liters per second, or you can do it in centimeters cubed per second, or you can do it in meters cubed per second. Any unit of volume divided by time. So this can also be one of the ways to call out the rate of diffusion. Change in size, which is change in volume, depending on how much time it takes. Speed of diffusion. One more way to define rate of diffusion is to see the pressure drop upon time. Yeah, change in pressure upon change in time. So what we can do is, let's say you are a very fancy scientist, you laugh at people who can see air molecules, you shout at people who can figure out how big and small the balloon is. You're like, I have something very interesting over here. What I will do is I will put a tiny little instrument. What does this instrument do? It tells me the pressure. So this needle, apparently you have this instrument that moves when the pressure changes. And you know, since the balloon's air is escaping out, its pressure will change. The pressure inside the balloon will reduce. Initially it's at a high pressure and then the pressure reduces, isn't it? So you, being the fancy scientist, put this apparatus over here and that will tell you exactly how the pressure changes with time. Brilliant. So you realize that it says that the pressure inside the balloon has changed by 2 atm in 1 second. Logical assumption, isn't it? Lots of pressure inside the balloon. Now the balloon is smaller, the pressure inside the balloon is less. So if we can measure the change in pressure per unit time, that can also be considered as the rate of diffusion. उसको भी बोल सकते हैं भाई ये तो rate of diffusion है, चलता है. So, do you understand what we are doing? We know the process happening over here is that air is escaping from the balloon. How can we measure how fast is the air escaping? You can measure it by number of moles, volume change, pressure drop, any measurable quantity per unit time. The last quantity is very interesting. Distance traveled per unit time. Hey? What is this? Distance traveled? I'll tell you how. Okay, I'll tell you how. Let's say you have a balloon over here, okay, and I open the balloon. छोड़ दूंगा मैं उसको. Do you realize it will just go around? Yeah. If I just leave the balloon will start moving around in different places. I'm pretty sure you've played with the balloon. You open the balloon and it goes around the entire house. Somehow, I'm pretty sure you're able to imagine that. Yeah, there are YouTube videos on that if you can't imagine that. Be my guest if you want to watch it. But anyway, so the point is when the air moves out, the balloon can move as well, and movement is also a measurable quantity. So my dear friends, if I can see what is the speed of the balloon, that is the speed of diffusion. If I can see what is the distance traveled by the balloon per unit time, I can say that is my rate of diffusion. So any measurable quantity per unit time which is describing this process of air escaping from the balloon can be called the rate of diffusion. Chamki baat. So rate of diffusion can be defined in any of the manners. It's just quantifying how fast the process is happening. Right? So this is how you can define the rate of diffusion. Now, there is another guy. I'll tell you about that guy after I tell you about the great news. So my dear friends, the thing is that if you are new to Catalysis, welcome to Catalysis by Vedantu. And at Vedantu, we run a lot of full courses as well. You know, these days offline coachings are not working, and Vedantu has been teaching online for a very long time. Now the advantage of online learning is that you are sitting right in front of the teacher. The teacher is on your laptop or your screen of your phone. You're not sitting 100 benches behind the teacher. So in case you want to learn online for the rest of your preparation, then this is a very good course for you. Now the good thing is that you can subscribe to this course for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. You must be wondering, what's there inside this course, sir? See, in this course, you can enroll for any class, any exam you want. Let's say you want to enroll for 11th class NEET examination. You can do that. You will get physics, chemistry, bio classes, okay, every single day. And then on Sundays, you will have a test. Every Sunday, you will have a test, online test. Apart from that, since in coaching institutes, you get a lot of study material, yes, all of that will be given to you online in this course. All good study material, lots of questions, lots of previous years, lots of theory, okay. And all the classes that are live are going to be on Vedantu's patented platform. Those will be recorded as well, so that if you attend a live class today, 2 years later, you can watch its replay once again. So lots of advantages of this course, lots of great teachers, master teachers teaching this course. In case you want to enroll, this is the link that you should go to. Courses are available for every class, every batch, okay, 11th class, 12th class, NEET, JEE, whatever you want to apply for, courses are available on this link, vdnt.in/ytpro. You can type it, or you can go down to the description box and open this link. Now, the pricing is also important for us. If you subscribe to the 12-month course, per month you have to pay only 2,400 rupees, even less. Okay, it's a little lesser than that after taxes. So if you want that very nominal price, please make sure you go and check out this link. You can subscribe to this course only for 1 month as well. It's your wish. You can try it out for 1 month. So please, people, open this link, and this is the discount code that will help you unlock the special price. Fine, check this out. And now let's talk about this guy, Graham. He's not Alexander Graham Bell, as far as I know. So there's some other Graham, and Graham's law of diffusion essentially gives you a proportionality. Okay, so before I write the Graham's law of diffusion, I want to discuss it with you verbally. My dear friends, do you realize that if inside that balloon the pressure is very high, yeah, if the balloon is under a very high pressure, let's say you've inflated it to the maximum, jitna phula sakte the phula diya usko, it'll diffuse faster. Yeah, if the balloon is nice and full, if you open the balloon, diffusion will happen very fast. Yeah, so I can say that more pressure implies faster diffusion. Yes, more pressure implies faster diffusion. There's one more thing that we can say, my dear friends. Now, this is just for imagination, so not imagining two, I mean, just imagine, okay, not pointing to any two people over here. Imagine a thin person. Chalo, let's say the race is between me, okay, my name is Pahul, and have you seen wrestling? Have you seen the Great Khali? Okay, or you can imagine Big Show or Undertaker, whoever. So I'm an average height, weight, build guy racing against the Great Khali. He's so huge. Okay, now what's the race? The race is that you have to push both of us. I will not move my legs, Khali will not move his legs. Okay, you have to push us. So in one case you are pushing me, in one case you are pushing the Great Khali. In which case will the person move faster? Obviously I'll move faster, yeah, because I'm light. The Great Khali is heavy. So to move this guy is going to be a really difficult task. He's not moving. Yeah, but I will move very easily. So once again, my dear friends, I can say that the same thing applies for a gas. See, the gas is moving out under some pressure. That's what diffusion is, yeah. There's some pressure and the gas is moving out so that finally it can spread around. So now the thing is, can I say if the gas is heavy, okay, if the gas is heavy bole to more molecular weight. If the gas is heavy, if the gas has more molecular weight, if the molecules of the gas are heavy, I can say it'll diffuse slower, isn't it? Yes. If the gas is heavy, it'll move slower, obviously. So my dear friends, these two observations that we just discussed, high pressure, faster diffusion, more weight, slower diffusion, this was put into an exact mathematical idea by this guy Graham. So he says, Graham's law of diffusion says that the rate of diffusion, okay, rate of diffusion is proportional to, rate of diffusion is proportional to P by root M. What is P? P is the pressure under which the gas exists. M is the molecular weight of the gas. Okay, so P is the pressure, जो भी pressure होगा gas का, whatever condition it is in, and M is the molecular weight of the gas. Okay, so this is an empirical law essentially. This guy tried it out with multiple gases and this is what he found out. So great. Okay, so P by root M is the proportionality to rate of diffusion. So rate of diffusion can be anything. See, a lot of you must be wondering, sir, what is the proportionality constant? Can I say R is equal to K times P by root M? No, I am not going to say that. Let me tell you why. See, we were able to talk about rate of diffusion in different terms. In terms of volume change per time, in change of pressure change per unit time, in terms of number of moles changed per unit time, in terms of distance traveled per unit time. So rate of diffusion itself can be defined in different ways. Got it? So to have a proportionality constant over here would be absolutely absurd because you don't know what the rate of diffusion is going to be, and neither is the constant required. We are going to compare rates with each other. Okay, we are going to compare rates of 2-3 gases with each other. That is when this law will be applicable. So over here, no proportionality constant has to be thought about. कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है proportionality constant की, सीधा ऐसा ही चला दो इसको, ठीक है? So rate of diffusion is proportional to P by root M. So now, my dear friends, this law looks very simple, sounds fancy, very nice. It's fun to learn as well. But now for the rest of the class, we are going to solve a bunch of questions. And by solving questions, we will understand how to use this particular law. So I have a few questions pertaining to this law, and then I have the few questions that I gave you for homework in the last 2 classes. So we'll discuss all that. We'll say the names of people who've given me the answers in the comments of the previous videos. Don't worry, that's also coming up. So chalo, ab karte hain ek simple sa question. Let's do a very simple question over here. The pressure in a vessel that contained pure O2. There was a vessel. This contained pure oxygen. Okay. This dropped from 2000 torr to 1500 torr in 55 minutes. So my dear friends, what is the pressure drop? Delta P bole to pressure drop. What is the pressure drop? Pressure drop is 500 torr. I am just taking the magnitude over here. Okay. You can do P final minus P initial. That will be equal to minus 500 torr. But over here, the magnitude is all that matters. You can write the sign if you want because pressure is decreasing. So minus 500 torr. And how much time did it take? Delta T. How much time did it take? It took 55 minutes. So my dear friends, in this case, in the first case that is given till this point, can I say that the rate of diffusion, okay, rate of diffusion for O2 is equal to minus 500 by 55. I am worried only about the magnitude over here, sign का फर्क नहीं पड़ता because pressure is decreasing. Okay, obvious. Fine. So rate of diffusion of O2 is equal to 50 by 55 torr per minute. Okay. Great. So we have this detail about oxygen. Now, when the same vessel was filled with another gas, the pressure dropped from 2000 to 1500 torr in 85 minutes. Do you realize the diffusion is slower for the other gas? For the other gas to cause the same amount of pressure drop, it is taking a longer time. दूसरी गैस को उतना ही प्रेशर गिराने के लिए टाइम ज्यादा लग रहा है. So my dear friends, the other gas obviously is a heavier gas. Yeah, the other gas is a heavy gas. Cool. So rate of diffusion of O2 is 500 by 55 torr. इसको भूल जाते हैं. Now let us think about the gas. Let's call it gas. जो भी gas होगा, we'll figure it out. Let's call it gas. So यहाँ पे क्या दिया है? Delta P is the same, but delta T for this gas is equal to 85 minute. So my dear friends, I can write over here. I'm going to erase all of this. I'm just going to write a simple piece of information that rate of diffusion of this gas is equal to 500 by 85 torr per minute. This is the information given to us. Now, what is the molar mass M of the second gas? Nice question. Nice question. Yeah. How do we calculate the molar mass M of the second gas? My dear friends, let us try to write it via Graham's law of diffusion. This rate of diffusion of O2 is proportional to P by root M of O2. What is the mass of O2 gas? What is the molecular mass of O2 gas? 32 grams per mole. Yeah. तो लिख दो यहां पे P by root of 32 grams per mole weight of O2. This one will be proportional to P by root of question mark. This question mark is something that we don't know. We don't know the molar mass. So my dear friends, can you see? We can divide these two and get our answer. Pressure for both the cases is the same. Pressure conditions for both the cases are starting from 2000 ending up at 1500. Starting from 2000 ending up at 1500. So the pressure conditions for both the gases are the same. Okay? So my dear friends, do this. Divide these two equations with each other. Okay? इन दोनों equations को divide करते हैं. So I'm going to erase a few things from here. Let's just divide. So when you divide, of course, the proportionality will turn into an equal to sign. Yeah, proportionality will now turn into an equal to sign because the rates are defined in the same manner. तो ये हटाते हैं यहाँ से. This is what it is. Pressure cancels with pressure. 500 cancels with 500. So my dear friends, what is this? What does this mean? What is the final answer? Can you calculate the final answer now? Yeah. So what do we have? We have इसको लिख सकता हूं मैं 85 by 55 is equal to root of question mark divided by root of 32. So can you calculate the question mark now? अभी कर सकते हो calculate? I don't think it's a very difficult question to do now. It's pretty simple. Yeah. Got it? So my dear friends, this is how you're supposed to solve such questions. ठीक है, तो अगर करके देखना ही है तो करके देख लेते हैं. Let's cut this with 11, 5, 7 है ना. 17 by 11 आ जाएगा. So 17 by 11 is what? Something less than 1.7. Yeah. I'm going to do some approximation over here now. This is what I always do. I'll always do some approximation. So 17 by 11, it'll be somewhere less than 17, less than 1.7. Yeah, 17 divided by 10 will be 1.7. So 17 divided by 11 will be something less than 1.7. Let us say it is 1.6. Just doing an assumption over here. So now I have this question mark is equal to 32 into 1.6 ka square. So this can be the approximation, 32 into 1.6 whole square. I mean, this is a very approximate answer. Approximately around 80 would be the answer, 80 grams per mole. I think the accurate answer is around, yeah, so I have the accurate answer with me as well. It is 76.4 grams per mole. So if you calculate it accurately, this will be the answer. I've just done a very broad approximation over here, but this is how you're supposed to solve such questions. Nice question, right? So right away, this tells us how exactly we're supposed to use the Gram's law of diffusion. Let's do another question, which is a little simpler, not as difficult, but again, teaches us about Gram's law of diffusion. What is the ratio of the rates of helium and neon gases both taken at the same pressure and temperature? Yeah. So the conditions of pressure are the same, the conditions of temperature are the same. You have to figure out what are the ratio of rates, obviously rates of diffusion for these two gases. So my dear friends, as simple as that, ratio lena hai, so let's do R of helium upon R of neon. This will be equal to P by root M of helium divided by P by root M of neon. Very simple question. P cancels each other out because it's given the conditions of pressure are the same. So this will be root of mass of neon divided by mass of helium. Yes. So this is how much? ये कितना आ गया? This is equal to root of mass of neon is, mass of neon कितना होता है? 20 divided by mass of helium 4. So the answer is equal to root 5. So that's the ratio. Okay, that's the ratio. So helium diffuses root 5 times faster than neon. Simple. So this is about Gram's law of diffusion, my dear friends. There is one more very interesting question that I will show you very soon. But before that, let us get to this question. So this was a challenge question for all of you from the previous class. Yes, this was a challenge question for all of you from the previous class. So my dear friends, we know that finally N total is equal to N1 plus N2 plus N3. We also know that V total is equal to V plus 2V plus 3V. Okay, so this is a question from the previous class. Whoever has not watched the previous class, please watch it. It's there on our channel. Very recently we've done that. So V plus 2V plus 3V कितना हो जाएगा? 6V. Okay. P final, we don't know right now. We need to calculate it in terms of P1, P2, P3, V, whatever. Cool. So my dear friends, over here using these ideas, I will try to figure out what is P final, but there is something more that I can write over here. Can I write, okay, can I write for this particular case? P1V is equal to N1 RT. See, temperature is the same for all of the vessels. That is assumed over here. We are not assuming these vessels to be at the different temperatures. So can I say this? Yeah, right. I can also write it in a different manner. Can I say N1 is equal to P1V by, arey yaar, hold on. I'm too close to the board. It's registering a multiple input. P1V is equal to N1. यहाँ पे आ जाएगा by RT. Can I say that? Yes. Similarly, I can say for P2 into 2V. Okay, P2 into 2V by RT is equal to N2. And for 3, I can write P3 into 3V is equal to N3. यहाँ पे divide कर देंगे RT से. So my dear friends, now we know that N total is equal to N1 plus N2 plus N3. Okay. What is N1 plus N2 plus N3? How can we write N1 plus N2 plus N3 in terms of P1V by RT, P2 2V by RT, P3 3V by RT? I can write it like this. ध्यान से देखना, okay? You just need to add these values together. So in values को जब मैं add करूँगा, I can take V common. V is common in all the cases. Divided by RT is common in all the cases. What will be inside? Inside you will have P1 plus 2 times P2 plus 3 times P3. This is the final number of moles. Okay, so ये आ गया. I'm going to erase this now. If you need more time on this part, you can pause the video. I'll erase this. Now that we have that piece of information, I will write the final. Okay, I will write the final equation. Final equation is P final into V final, that is 6V, is equal to N total into R into T. And we know what is N total. N total is given as P1 plus 2 times P2 plus 3 times P3, yeah, into V divided by RT. This will be multiplied by RT. Yeah, this is your N RT. तो RT से RT कैंसिल हो गया, V से V कैंसिल हो गया. So my dear friends, what do we have? Finally we have P final is equal to P1 plus 2 times P2 plus 3 times P3 divided by 6. You don't even need V over here. V also gets cancelled out. So my dear friends, this is the final answer. P final is equal to P1 plus 2 P2 plus 3 P3 divided by 6. This was the challenge question for all of you in the previous class. Let's see how many people have given the correct answer. देखते हैं इसका आंसर किस किस ने सही दिया. So let me open that up. Let's open that class up. मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको. I opened the class. Here we go. So sorting the comments by newest first. Let's go to the. अच्छा, ये पुराना वाला क्लास खोल लिया मैंने. या लेक्चर 2. या दिस इज द वन दैट वी नीड टू सी. लेट्स ओपन द कमेंट्स बाय न्यूएस्ट फर्स्ट. ओ वेरी लेस कमेंट्स. चलो लेट्स सी हाउ मेनी पीपल हैव गिवन द करेक्ट आंसर. सो विघ्नेश इज सेइंग P1 plus P2 plus. अच्छा, कुछ तो गलत किया तुमने ब्रो. या समथिंग कंफ्यूज, यू गॉट कंफ्यूज. डोंट वरी, नाउ आई थिंक यू नो द आंसर. ओके, अजितेश इज सेइंग यो. प्रथम इज सेइंग P1 plus P2 by 6V. V cancel हो जाएगा ना, isn't it? Yeah. Shouldn't the volume get cancelled? The volume should get cancelled. So Aditya Kumar almost there. Pratham and Aditya almost there. But volume will also get cancelled. Yeah. So P final will simply be P1 plus 2 P2 plus 3 P3 divided by 6. Okay. So Bhavna, very good job. And Shaikh again थोड़ा सा error हो गया. Mobile learning, little bit of an error over there. Avinash, absolutely correct. Avinash, good job. Praful, very nice, good job, man. And Kostav, bro, something wrong over here. Sonia, very good job, nice. Lavanya, very good job. Dhruv, again 6V नहीं आना चाहिए नीचे, should simply be 6. Bipin, very good job, man. Awesome. So very nice. Congratulations to all of you who got the answer correctly. That was the catch. Okay, the V also gets divided because this is the, ठीक है, this is the N total. N total itself has V in it, so this V and this V will get cancelled out. All right, so answer becomes final price is P1 plus 2 P2 plus 3 P3 divided by 6. Nice question. Let's move on to the next one, which was also a homework for one of the previous classes. एक होमवर्क था प्रीवियस किसी क्लास का. सो दिस इज अ सिंपल क्वेश्चन. दिस वाज अ होमवर्क फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट क्लास. सो सैंपल ऑफ गैस एट 1.2 atm 27 डिग्री सेल्सियस इज हीटेड एट कांस्टेंट प्रेशर. डेल्टा P is 0. Great. So delta P is equal to 0. Number of moles changing is not given, so I'll assume delta N is also equal to 0. So what is given over here is T1 is equal to 300 Kelvin. T2 is equal to 330 Kelvin. Always take temperature in Kelvin. V1 is what we don't know. V2. What is V2? V2 is given as 4.75 liters. So my dear friends, if P and N is constant, PV is equal to nRT. Pressure is constant, number of moles is constant, R is constant. Can I say V1 by T1? Yeah, V by T is a constant. V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. So use that knowledge over here. So I can say question mark by 300 is equal to 4.75 divided by 330. So question mark will be equal to 475 into 300 divided by 330. ये तो ऐसे ही कट जाएगा. This will be a little less than 4.75. I think this will be somewhere around 4.3. Cool. Because if you divide 47 by 11, you will have 4, then 35 will remain, so 4.3 something will be the answer. Cool. So let's see how many people gave the correct answer. 4.3 liters should be the answer. Let's see how many people were able to give the correct answer. So let's open the class over here. ये था lecture number 1. Yeah, we've already sorted the comments by newest first. Let's do it again, just in case. Okay, let's move down to the fastest comments. Oh, nice. Oh, this one has much more answers. Very nice. Good. चलो जी. So Deepak, correct answer. Kausigan Durai. Sorry, Kausigan Durai. Good job. Correct answer. Satya, some silly mistake over there. Swati, some silly mistake over there. अच्छा, V2 minus something किया तुमने. So it is 4.3. हाँ, absolutely. Swati, very good. Awesome. So favorite cartoons are Shin Chan and Tom and Jerry. Nice. Tom and Jerry once again. Bhavna, very nice. Adi, correct. Johnny Bravo. Mahi, correct. And Rishik, very nice. Ash Ketchum. Gotta catch them all, bro. Vignesh, correct. Doraemon, nice. Ravi, Priyal. Priyal, how are you? Hello. Long time no see. So, yes, the correct answer is 4.3. Aditya Kumar, correct answer. Rishita, correct answer. Awesome. So, I wasn't able to take the names of everyone. Yeah, so I'm sorry if I didn't take your name, but it's just a friendly game that we are playing. If you were able to solve it correctly, that is all that matters. Good. Now let us move on to one more question. See, as I told you, today's class is all about questions now. This is a very good question. You can see it is a good question because the font looks very serious now. Okay. At room temperature, ammonia gas at 1 atm pressure and hydrochloride gas at p atm pressure are allowed to effuse through identical pinholes from opposite ends of a glass tube of 1 meter length. Interesting. And the glass tube is of a uniform cross section. Great. Ammonium chloride is first formed at a distance of 60 centimeters from the end through which HCl gas is sent in. What is the value of pressure for chloride gas? Hydrogen chloride gas के लिए what is the value of pressure? Read it. Try to visualize the scenario that we have over here. काफी अच्छा एक scenario है यहाँ. Try to visualize the scenario that we have over here. Yeah, ready? Shall we do it? Chalo. So first, let's try to visualize what's going on. You have a glass tube of 1 meter length. This is the glass tube of 1 meter length. And it has a uniform cross section. It's not big or small. It's just a uniform cross section. My drawing is not very good. Chalo. So this entire thing is of length 1 meter. Cool. और क्या दे रखा है यहां पे? On one end we have ammonia. This is present at 1 atm pressure, right? On the other end we have HCl gas, and this is present at p atm pressure. This is what we need to calculate. What is p? Okay. So क्या दे रखा है यहां पे? At a distance of 60 centimeter from the end through which HCl gas is sent in. So यहां से अगर चलेंगे at 60 centimeters. So this is 60 centimeter. How much is remaining on this side? This will be 40 centimeters. Yeah. So my dear friends, do you realize what will happen? When NH3 and HCl combine together, okay, NH3 plus HCl, they will combine together to give you NH4Cl, ammonium chloride. So ammonia and HCl combine together and then fumes of white color start getting formed. तो वो होगा आपका ammonium chloride. Yeah, fumes will start getting formed over here. Ammonium chloride fumes. So this is exactly where ammonium chloride fumes are getting formed. ठीक है. So this gas travels from here, this gas travels from here, and they meet at this particular point. Do you realize what is happening over here? It's a very beautiful question. Let's spend a little bit of time on it to understand. NH3 comes from here, takes its own time, reaches here. HCl comes from here, takes its own time, reaches here. They both reach this point at the same time. Yeah, they both reach this point at the same time. So my dear friends, can I say that the speed of NH3, and for us speed right now means rate of diffusion. We understood that. So speed for NH3 can be written as 40 centimeter by T, whatever is the time we'll see, 40 by T. Can I say that? Also, I can say that speed for HCl is equal to 60 by T. Time is the same. Whatever is the time, we don't worry about it. 40 by T, 60 by T. So my dear friends, from here I can get the ratio of NH3 versus HCl's speed of diffusion. Yeah. Can I say, मैं यहाँ पे लिखूंगा साइड पे, can I say that rate of diffusion, this R is rate of diffusion of NH3 divided by rate of diffusion of HCl is equal to 40 by 60, 2 by 3 essentially. Yeah. So speed of NH3, as we understood in the beginning of the class, speed is as good as rate of diffusion. We understood in the beginning of class. Yeah. So speeds divided by each other is as good as rates of diffusion divided by each other. So rate of diffusion of NH3 divided by rate of diffusion of HCl is equal to 4 by 6 or 2 by 3. So this is one piece of information for us right now. What is the other piece of information? The other piece of information is Graham's law of diffusion. The other piece of information is Graham's law of diffusion. My dear friends, can I erase this? Yeah, I'm going to erase this. Take 30-40 seconds. Look at it. Okay, I need the space to write things down. इसको देख लो एक बारी. Read it, study it. You can pause the video over here. You can rewind the video. You can watch it again. Totally your wish. See it and note it carefully. ठीक है? चलो. So ये कर लिया होगा. I'll remove this part now. So my dear friends, that was the information necessary for us to understand that the ratio of the rates of diffusion is equal to this 4 by 6. We know that this rate of diffusion can be written in a different manner as well. I can write this as, red pen kahan chala gaya? I can write this as P by root m for ammonia divided by P by root m for HCl. Yeah, P by root m, this thing for ammonia, divided by P by root m, this thing for HCl. I can write this. This is Graham's law of diffusion. As we already saw, ratios can be divided. Proportionality constant doesn't matter anymore. So अब लिखते हैं यहाँ पे. What is the pressure for NH3? 1 atm. 1 divided by root of mass of NH3. My dear friends, what's the mass of NH3? 16? Sorry, 17? Yeah. Mass of nitrogen 14 plus 3 for hydrogen, 17 आ जाएगा. Yes, divided by, what is the rate of HCl? P, this is what we have to calculate, divided by the weight of HCl gas. So HCl gas is 36.5, yeah. So root of 36.5. So my dear friends, now can we solve this question? I live next to a highway, there are random noises that keep coming. Now can we solve the question? Yeah. So my question very simply becomes root of 36.5 divided by 17. यही था ना? हाँ, और into 1 by P. I hope I'm doing it correctly. 1 by root 17 and P by 36.5. 36.5 comes up. हाँ, ठीक है. Cool. So this is equal to 2 by 3. तो यहीं लिख देते हैं इसको 2 by 3. So now can you solve for P? P निकाल सकते हो आप. So let's just do some manipulation. इसको साइड पे रखते हैं. So I can say that P is equal to this number into 3 by 2. So 17 into 2 will be 34. This is 1 point something something. sorry 2 point something something. So root 2 is equal to कितना आ जाएगा root 2 1.4. So let us say this is 1.5 into 1.5 approximately. Yeah, so pressure approximately will be equal to 2.2 atm. Yeah, 2.25 आ जाएगा यहाँ से. So my dear friends, this is how you're supposed to solve this question. One part of the question came from the speeds which were given in the figure that we could visualize. The other part came by the Graham's law of diffusion, which we could simply solve step by step by calculations, and ultimately we get pressure approximately equal to 2.2 atm. Nice question, isn't it? Chalo ji, good question. This is the max level of Graham's law of diffusion that can be asked. Okay, isse mushkil question in Graham's law of diffusion hardly anyone's gonna ask you. Cool, let's move on to the next question now. Not very difficult, simple question from Dalton's law of partial pressures. A container has three gases A, B and C with partial pressures 3, 4 and 6 atm respectively. So A hai, B hai, C hai. You have 3, 4 and 6 atm respectively. Pressure de diya in तीनों का. What will be the partial pressure and total pressure if half of gas B is removed? My dear friends, do you remember in Dalton's law of partial pressures, what did you read? You studied that pressure of a certain component is equal to total pressure into the mole fraction of that component. If I take out the entire crux of it, if I take out the main idea from this, can I say that pressure of a certain component is proportional to the number of moles of that component? P total into moles of, ये कैसे लिखेंगे? I can be written as moles I upon mole total. Moles of I divided by total number of moles. So can I say that pressure of a specific component is proportional to the number of moles of that component? Yeah, that is also one corollary that we can draw from Dalton's law of partial pressures. So my dear friends, if half of gas B is removed, the partial pressure for B will become half. Okay, so for case number A, finally you have 3 atm A, 2 atm B, 6 atm C, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Answer for A is 11 atm. Second case is half of gas A and half of gas C is removed. So assuming that we are doing it from the initial part itself, okay, we are taking half of A is reducing to 1.5. I mean, you can start from this point as well, totally how you interpret the question. I am assuming that we are starting from the beginning point and doing the changes that are mentioned in option number B. So we are not changing B, and for C what we are doing? C के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं अपन? We are halving it as well. So ये कितना आ जाएगा? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.5 atm. So very simple idea over here. This question might look difficult. You might start doing PV equal to nRT. I don't know why we would do that. Because simply Dalton's law of partial pressure says pressure is proportional to number of moles. Anyway, our PV is equal to nRT. Okay, so if all the other values are consistent, then pressure is proportional to number of moles. And Dalton's law tells us that individual gases can be treated even individually. That's what Dalton's law says, Res. Yeah, that's what it says. Chalo ji, ye ho gaya. Now let us move to the next question. Acha, ye wala jo question hai na, it's a very good question, my dear friends. This is also your Hall of Fame challenge or homework question. You have to give me the answer to this question in the comment section down below. Okay, once again, this is the Hall of Fame question. So in the next class, when is the next class? I'll tell you. My dear friends, the next class for this gaseous state chapter is going to be on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Otherwise, regularly, the classes for 11th class students, for 2022 students on this channel keep happening on Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at 7 p.m. Okay? The classes on Tuesday and Thursday are live. Saturday, I generally premiere a video. Okay? And apart from this, so this is the schedule for 2022 students. For 2021 students, I'll just say it verbally. Classes for you guys, we are doing organic chemistry right now. So classes happen on Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 7 p.m. And for all of you who are preparing for JEE 2020 or NEET 2020, which is hopefully going to happen in the coming month, we take classes on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, Monday to Friday at 8:30 p.m. Okay, so right now we are solving JEE mock tests given in the NT Abhyas app. We might change that as well. So the next class for gaseous state chapter is going to happen on Tuesday at 7 p.m. So this is a very nice question. I'll move aside. You can note it down. Yeah, take it down. You can pause the video over here. So this is your homework question. Cool. So my dear friends, good news for all of you is that if you feel your preparation is lacking behind and if you need some dedicated coaching so that you can get into the college of your dreams, then this is a very good option for you. It's the Vedantu Pro subscription. This is the link, it's in the description box. PH Pro is the coupon code. Okay, you will get it at a very good price. 12-month subscription is available only at like 2,400 rupees per month. Very small price. You know, offline mein they charge so much money. So in this you will have daily classes of physics, chemistry, math for JEE, physics, chemistry, bio for NEET, and you will also have a lot of extra sessions like how to improve your memory, etc. वो कभी कभी होते रहेंगे. And you will also have lots of study materials. You will also be given theory bank. Module मिलता है coaching institute में, so all that study module will be given to you, and you will be given a lot of mock tests as well. Test series will happen every weekend. You will have to take a test and then a rank will come out which will compare you with all the other students of your batch. So it's a proper coaching scenario. The only advantage is it's online, so you are sitting right in front of the teacher. You're not sitting 100 and 200 benches behind the teacher. Yeah, so full attention can be given over here. It's all online, and since the exams are online, COVID-19 has forced us to go online. It's a very good option. So check it out. My dear friends, that's it for today's class. My Saturday classes are premiered. All right. And in this, I can't chat with you live, but it saves us some time. So in case you have any more queries, doubts, leave it in the comment section down below. Okay. And if you enjoyed today's class, please make sure you hit that like button. Stay subscribed to the channel because we will see each other once again in the analysis of this chapter. We will do more ideas like kinetic theory of gases and Van der Waals equation, etc., etc. So I'll meet you on Tuesday at 7. Until then, bye bye, take care. See you soon.